and welcome back to another video on the Polo. So I know it's been a while, been doing stuff on the car, stuff that's not really interesting really. So that's why I've not really been filming, but today I'm going to be installing a new radio. So the radio is like an Android Auto type of thing. It's doubled in, as you can see. It does fit in there quite nicely, and it's quite big. So the reason being is maybe August I'm going to be going to Germany to go around the ring. Obviously, you know, I'm planning on doing about 2 laps around the ring, and I think it's so much better having it on like a screen than it is on your phone. Now it's going to be impossible to show you the size of the screen on the phone, but you think would be miles bigger than, let's say, a phone, you know. Obviously I can't show you the phone, so let's go over the stuff I've got so far. I have some, make sure they're the right way up, some of these speakers for the front. I have already fitted one side, and as you can see, a bit of wire in there. So this is what you get in the box. Obviously I fitted that side there, and in the box is your little speaker. There we are, little baby speaker. So what I did, I tested it first just to make sure they do fit before sending them back. You've sort of got to bend these down here to get them in, and then as you can see, just fit over it. So that's what I'm going to do. How am I going to do this with one hand? Right, bear with me. So to remove these covers, basically dead easy. You just gotta kind of pull them up, and with them being a fair few year old, they're in tip-top condition. Now I am going to get someone to maybe 3D print some of these, or maybe buy them, but it is what it is. And then these fit in there exactly like that. Just leave them, Bob's your uncle. So to get these in, like I said, you do have to sort of bend them in. So I'll show you how I did it. I just bent these down like so, then you just have to kind of edge them in. Then, as you can see, they do fit in. Obviously I'm not going to press them in because I need to install the wires. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is, as you can see, when you get your hand in, there should be a wire somewhere. So, where are they? Come on, don't be shy. Is it here? There we are. A wire like that. Now obviously they'll lead through to here, and as you can see, there as well. So basically what I did is, if I pull that, it pulls through to this. So what I did, I got some nice thick juicy wire to do that. Just 1 second. So like I said, all this is off Amazon, so you just one order. So what I'll do is I'll tie that bit around that bit, then I'll pull it through. Now let's see if it works. So can I pull it through? Oh dear. Bear with me. So it's pretty much, I think, easier to pull through when you take the clocks out, as you can see. Yeah, my hand's into it. It's cable tied, that's why. Cable tied. Right, you can see it's there. Let me zoom in. There. Let me just undo this and we'll feed it through. Dead easy. Feed it through. Feed it through there. Feed it through. Hey, there we are. Nice and easy. So it's fed through there and there. Now, to be fair, if I'd done this earlier, or looked at it beforehand, I probably could have saved a bit of time. So, as you can see, if I can turn the camera, there's 2 wires there, one there, one there for the back. Now with the back, I do have these bad boys here. Yep. Now, with this car, it doesn't need to be super badass stereo system. It just needs to work, basically. When I drive the car, I don't really use it. I don't really listen to music. I listen to the car. I just like the sound of it, basically. Right, so let's terminate some ends for that. I've done red for live or positive, blue for negative, and I'll do the same there as well as on that side. So let me cut this wire. I ordered, I think it was like 5 meters of this. It's obviously there's tons left on it. So let me do that. Right, done both ends. Now, just in case you're asking why I've done that and just not soldered it straight to this here, I just think clipping it will be better, because if I mess one of the wires up, I can unplug it and just change it over. You never know. I've never wired the car myself. I'm not great at wiring. It's probably my least strongest suit on this. Right, I'm just gonna cut this one now, then attach it to that, and then hopefully then the front speakers are done. Right, them 2 are done there. They're on there pretty good. Now let's get on with that. Right, so I've done both ends. I ended up pulling them both out. So what I'll do now is red onto positive, blue onto negative. There we are. Then I'll feed it through there. Right, I thought I'd get you a live action shot in. Let's bend them down a bit. Guys, don't do this with one hand. Right, see that's in. And then, as you can see, the cover will go on. Clip it in, clip it in, clip it in. There you are, fully fitted in. Fits in. So you can confirm these do fit in. Now you can see I do have quite a bit of excess on both sides. That's because I do want a little bit for that bit of room. Right, so basically I've sort of got it sorted now. As you can see, what I did in the end is I de-pinned everything using the de-pinning, and they use the guide it gives you as well. Now what I need to do now is also fit the reverse camera. So that's my plan now. I'm gonna have a read up on this, but so far I think it's nearly done. So, well, I said that, but I still need to do the rears. Yeah. Right, so what I've sort of done is just bodged these to make sure this works, and I've got my double chinning camera. So I can't remember if I've gone over this, but now the speakers are in. These are in here. Now I'll go over this dead quick, 1 second. So, right, the few things have changed since I last did a bit of a video is, as you can see, it's very messy around here, very messy. This is a camera wire which goes to this one here. This should be a pink wire, but like an idiot, I de-pinned a lot of the wires using these. I got off Amazon for £5, roughly £5. You do get 2 sets. You do get 2 sets, and I'll be honest, they were a pain. I didn't feel super comfortable cutting into the main one here, so I didn't want to start cutting in to the actual Polo wiring loom, so I just de-pinned it and plugged them in, because I'd rather not have to have loads of like janky wires everywhere. So currently, let us get rid of this. Can I get rid? Let me unplug this. Unplug it. Let's get back on this. It's probably going to come up with something. Right. Let me just completely unplug it from there. Right. Hopefully now. There. So, obviously I don't want to show you my address, but yeah, it is all well, I say all sort of installed. It is. Now, as you can see, there's lots of wires here, rear wires. This red wire here needs to be sorted. This wire will also run to the back. Now, I am picking up some new seats for the car, and that's why I've sort of left that there. So when I do take out the seats, I'll do all the wiring as well at the back. But it's one of them, you don't really need to see that bit, you know. I'm just gonna tuck it down here. Oh dear. Right, okay, so what I'm gonna do now is make sure all this is all squared off, all that. And if you look there, now obviously it's going to sit back. This does move a lot, up and down. It can come all the way up, all the way down. I'll show you once it's fully installed. And then the speakers, like I said, I've still not fitted the speakers here. I remember a few years ago when I did have a Polo, I must have ordered some different JBL ones, because these tabs didn't line up. So I didn't want to drill into the actual plastic in the back, but it's probably looking likely I am going to have to, which I don't really want to do, or get someone to 3D print a new bracket for me, but that's just going to cost me more money. And to be fair, when I do it at the back there, no one's going to really notice. And if they do, it's on them really. I'm not bothered. Right, so let's get the stereo system installed fully. Right, so that's fully in now. Shouldn't really come out. Now it's the time that everyone loves to do, is appeal. There we are. Now, like I said, this might look a bit janky from the back, but you can adjust it. I'm hoping you can get a good view of that, somewhere around there. You can adjust it, as you can see from like the phone size screen compared to the actual screen on that, so much better. Now, I mentioned it's been a few days. I get 10 minutes, 15 minutes here there with a car at the minute. I am going to go to Germany in this, France, Belgium and Germany, so in August. So I do want a big screen instead of looking at a phone. So that's one of the reasons why, and I'll be honest, I'm liking it. Let's turn it on, let's hope it doesn't show my address. Yeah, why is it not working? Come on. Come on. Turn on. Why is it not working? What have I done? But for me, when I'm driving, look at that now, it's a lot better to see than you can see from the phone. Right, so I've figured it out now. All back in good. As you can see, I have installed the speakers. There we are. I just need to tidy them all up now, but again, you don't really need to see that. I've been having to think about installing the backup camera, but it's going to seem too much work than what it should be. So I'm going to leave it on that one for today, guys. I want to say thank you very much. Sorry it's been so long, and I'll see you in the next one.